Wait, let's check this out. I'm kinda I kinda as nervous as for this, and to think that they actually released this.
2008年，少女从病床上醒来，面前是一个和自己同样有着金色头发的男子。男子名为奥托·阿波卡利斯，是少女的主治医生，也是天命的主教。在众人束手无策之时，是奥托将少女从鬼门关拯救回来。但据说，治疗带来的副作用让少女失去了所有的记忆。
在
这名医生的引导下，少女为自己挑选了一个新的名字——比安卡·阿塔吉娜。那时的少女并不知道自己的命运已经发生了怎样的变动，更不知道眼前这个金发男子隐隐密谋着的惊天计划。
I like that.
Tiana 卡斯兰娜，这是少女原本的名字。作为齐格菲卡斯兰娜和 Cecilia 沙尼亚特的爱情结晶，少女在出生前就被寄予了种种祝福与厚望。但第二次崩坏夺走了少女的一切。Cecilia 在那场战斗中不幸牺牲，而7年之后，因为一场与空之旅者有关的意外，少女自己遭遇了开头的那段故事。她成为了实质上的孤儿。在孤儿院那段原本不好不坏的日子里，比安卡遇见了天命女武神冲锋队的队长拉格纳罗德布洛克。即使经历过无数痛苦与牺牲，拉格纳依旧开朗阳光，就像一位传播着美好的天使。可在2010年冬天的西伯利亚，这位如夏日般可爱温婉的老师永远地离开了世界。对故人最好的纪念，就是沿着他们开辟的道路继续前进下去。为了完成拉格纳老师所未能实现的使命，比安卡下定决心要成为天命最强的女武神。在参加天命女武神准入测试时，比安卡曾与丽塔擦肩而过。尽管那时两人并未相识，但奇妙的命运终究还是借着那次量子之海的任务把他们联系在了一起。
You have the feeling of watching a movie and you want to eat something.
12岁的比安卡与奥托为其配置的副官丽塔一起前往量子之海中的某个世界号。
Weird that they actually assigned 12 years old to dangerous mission like this. Like what the hell? Otto, this I presume this is not even like on paper. Like this is not even legal on paper. But Otto was like, I'm the overseer. You do what I want. Just go. I trust you two can do that. Just go. I think we've seen in the previous manga as well that Otto actually like when most of the other members of Shitsao, the higher ups or something like that, they mention about how you shouldn't send like A rank Valkyries to handle a certain problems, okay? But then Otto was like, shut up. It's alright. We can just send A rank Valkyries. I was at that age. Wait, they just sell the slimes to Paimon or something? Maybe she was your customer. Like the child has to spend all her allowances to buy slimes for Paimon to eat. Oh my god. Right, when I was child. Okay, what did I do? Let me think. Yeah, I'm just busy studying. Not even I'm still busy at school and everything. I don't even know what's going on. Like I don't even remember. All I remember is I'm at school. That's it. But they sent 12 years old to the bubble universe. Oh my god. What the what a difference.
进入量子之海后，在与卡里多尼亚号的船长莎士比亚交流的过程中，比安卡得知 在这个世界炮里，欧洲大陆被神秘的阿斯加德之壁围住，任何触碰到障壁的生物都会瞬间灰飞
What the
烟灭
hell？。
更糟糕的是，阿斯加德之壁在不断向外扩张，将世界吞噬殆尽也只是时间的问题。莎士比亚曾试图用圣剑幽兰戴尔破坏障壁，却以失败告终。
Oh, so
蕴含神秘力量的七颗
Durandal
宝石
is the Holy Blade. I mean, I think Durandal is also the name of someone great in this Marvel universe, and that's why Bianca kind of took her name after this encounter or something. That's what I believe. I mean, I remember. I forgot.
也散落到世界各地。为了
Seven
拯救这个
gems.
世界，他希望比安卡可以重新驱动这把圣剑，破坏阿斯加德之壁。
Ooh.
于是，比安卡与丽塔成为了卡里多尼亚号的乘客，和莎士比亚一行人踏上了寻回7颗宝石的冒险旅
Seven
途，
gems.
遭遇了形形色色的事件，体验了各种各样的风土人情。最终，比安卡找到了所有的宝石，解决了阿斯加德之壁的问题。但即便如此，世界炮也仍然面临着解体的危机。好在卡里多尼亚号的冒险同伴薛定谔博士急中生智，指出可以借助圣剑幽兰戴尔的力量，将整个世界炮繁衍进比安卡体内，由比安卡从外部世界保护它的完整。只要比安卡还活着，这个世界炮就还能作为一个整体存在。但是这也意味着比安卡从此要背负起守护另一个世界的责任。不过，比安卡并没有因此而产生犹豫。他说：“女武神的人生，从来不都是这样的吗？为了我所喜欢的人，为了这些人所喜欢的更多的人，为了所有让人能够称之为人的人，他们曾经使我获得了感动，而我也愿意献上自己的一切来守护他们。”而在任务成功回到天命后，少女也在自己的名字中加入了幽兰戴尔这个部分，以示自己的意志。将体内的世界炮接入虚数之术，防止他的命运与自己这个保护者过度绑定，从此成为了幽兰戴尔的一大目标。而奥托也自然将这一切看在了眼里。不过，更重要的是，为了承担起这份责任，不负那整个世界的重托，幽兰戴尔从此在一点一滴的事情上都会严格的要求自己。为了成为更强大的战士，他不断磨练自己的性格，努力让自己变得冷静、理性，甚至从一个咋咋呼呼、有些虚荣的女孩，变成了某种在旁人眼中不易接近的存在。但正因为如此，幽兰戴尔不负众望地成为了天命有史以来最年轻也是最强的 S 级女武神。这件事发生在2015年，幽兰戴尔名义上15岁的时候。也正是借着这个机会，奥托将创生之剑黑渊白花交付给了她。虽然此刻的少女还不知道，这柄武器对她而言究竟意味着怎样一种厚重的传承。同年，奉奥托的命令，幽兰戴尔和丽塔一起前往伦敦，成功带回第二神之剑千界一城。而在参与第二神之剑的启动实验时，幽兰戴尔被一位名为苏的先行者拉入了须弥芥子世界炮内，被迫参与苏以自身经历创作的试炼。在这一过程中，幽兰戴尔简单而直接的热情唤醒了因为与凯文的争执而深陷消沉的苏。出于对这种真挚之情的信任，苏决定把自己的救世计划交由幽兰戴尔转授奥托，并将须弥芥子托付给了幽兰戴尔，帮助他更自如地控制体内世界炮的力量。这也是不灭星矛的完整由来。从此之后，幽兰戴尔就开始配合奥托，一步步推进借用千界一城连通虚数之术的实验。可是实验屡屡陷入瓶颈，为了取得更大的进展，奥托需要妥善利用空之律者，甚至是凯文的力量加以辅助。2016年，随着空之律者在奥托操控下重临于世，整个世界进入了多事之秋。
It was a huge
2017年
gamble at the time.
收到丽塔递交
But
的
they
烈
know
月报告
it's
的幽
like a
兰戴尔，
necessary
为了
evil.
解救丽塔、回收 Kiana 而来到了天穹市。当时 Kiana 已经为了拯救天穹市而耗尽了自己的所有力量，正无力地从空中坠落。于是幽兰戴尔使用黑渊白花催生出巨树，接住了坠落的 Kiana， 以自己的方式将她保护起来。此时牙医赶到，他想要阻止幽兰戴尔带走 Kiana， 却因实力差距悬殊，无能为力。在确认丽塔的安全后，幽兰戴尔将基安娜带回了北非的维穆尔实验室。对当时的幽兰戴尔来说，掌握空之律者力量的基安娜是奥托进一步实验的关键，而那时的他与基安娜之间也尚未。
Wait, give me a moment. Okay, let me get some food. Okay, I'm back. Got my food. So let's continue watching.
未建立起足够的信任。后来，由于实验室遭到世界蛇的突袭，这对姐妹的第一次正式会面便在一片混乱中草草收场。但对奥托来说，这次事件不仅让他确认了空之律者的能力，还更进一步与世界蛇的领袖凯文达成了历史性的合作协议。当时的幽兰戴尔不可能知道，至此，奥托复活卡莲的布局已经准备就绪。 他只需要静静等待一个合适的时机，去一步步实现这个会将所有人卷入其中的计划。
Oh, okay.
之后，
So he already know the
和十之律
what
者
he
事
need
件。
and everything already.
2017年6月，天命收到了一组奇怪的报告，他们看似毫无关联，但背后却都有崩
Oh
坏的
my
影子。
god.
在奥托遭遇了十之律
Yeah,
者
go
后，在一
study,
直失踪
go
的情
go
况下，
ahead. Don't
代
get
管天命的幽兰戴尔
scolded
决定与逆
again.
商合作。 将相关资料毫无保留地同步给逆商，共同对抗这一系列诡异事件的幕后黑手——千人律者。而在打败千人律者后的某一天，奥托突然回到了天命，准备已久的他迫不及待地正式启动了把世界炮接回虚数之术的实验。无论如何，这都意味着少女有了真正的机会去完成幽兰戴尔这个名字代表着的重大使命。 虽然从结果而言，目前仍没有办法实现世界炮独立的最终目标，但在老朋友石宇绮罗、尼古拉斯和圣剑小优的帮助下，少女找到了可以与人共同分担体内世界炮的方法。少女终于不用再独自一人承担守护世界命运的责任了。另一方面， 这个实验的成功，也意味着奥托的计划终于可以进入最终的实施阶段。即使面对自己500年来最棒的学生幽兰戴尔，奥托也从未将计划全盘托出过。与此相反，他恰恰要利用幽兰戴尔认为他奥托也打算拯救世界的态度。他派幽兰戴尔于克洛斯城镇迎接德丽莎一行人，并以此为契机，在台前幕后不断使用激将法刺激他们。最终，当幽兰戴尔发现奥托即便牺牲整个世界也要复活卡莲的时候，他决定对奥托发起不惜诉诸武力的质询。这是幽兰戴尔第一次公然违抗主教的命令。将体内的世界炮托付给丽塔后，他只身前往教堂，与奥托当面对质。虽然幽兰戴尔更希望打破砂锅问到底，弄清奥托真正的想法，但奥托并没有给他这样的机会，而是主动挑起了战斗。在与奥托的战斗中，幽兰戴尔在武力上胜过一筹，一时击败了奥托。不过，奥托也借机完成了伪神的升华，并一举将幽兰戴尔流放到了卡斯拉纳的圣痕空间，计划以借刀杀人之计，让幽兰戴尔在无意中帮助自己清理道路。复杂、混沌，没有尽头。在圣痕空间中，无数的记忆碎片几乎将少女淹没。而在最终知晓自己身世的那个瞬间，少女内心却因为一些并非自己的缘故而五味杂陈。她想起了那个人生中充满遗憾的齐格飞，想起了那个继承了提安娜之名的成熟战士。她自己早已能坦然接受任何命运，但如果那些真相会影响到自己所认可、钦佩的人们，那就是另一回事了。或许，少女的人生始于谎言，少女的行动，过去始终在那位主教的计划之中。但少女从来不是谁的棋子，她所做的每一个决定都出于自己的意志，走过的每一段路都是生命中重要的瑰宝。无论使用哪个名字，是比安卡，是幽兰戴尔，还是卡斯安娜和莎尼亚，少女都是那个满怀热血，为世界上所有美好而战的女武神。过去如此，现在如此，将来也是如此。少女心中没有迷茫，因为她相信自己会始终勇敢地走下去。在未来的旅程中，少女将继续坚守自己的使命，直到人类战胜崩坏的那一天。以及那一天之后的每一天。
Oh, that's actually really nice. Oh, and we also get to recap what happened from with her from the beginning to the end. Although some parts of it I kind of don't understand yet, or I don't think I encountered it before in game. So I think it's the few parts that we are missing on. I mean, through the manga or visual novel stuff like that. Okay. So based on her stance, next up is to check out a recap of Otto. Okay. Let's okay. 15 minutes. All right.
Life is but a walking
Oh,
shadow,
it's English.
a clumsy actor gesturing on the stage, who only appears briefly and steps off in silence. Otto Apocalypse, the most pathetic fool alive.
Pathetic fool.
He is the revered Schicksal Overseer. He is a corrupt, bigoted clown. Over centuries, he once sacrificed lives beyond count for his selfish desires.
True.
But also overthrew a decadent reign with people's support. He treated humans as pawns and trampled the value of emotion and life. But treasured Valkyries at the front line and prayed for their triumphant return. Commitment and betrayal, friend and foe, truth and lies. No one has ever seen through him, but to Otto himself, his actions only served one purpose. It all began in an afternoon 500 years ago. Though Otto was born in the three houses, he was frail and sickly. He could only craft whimsical inventions, which naturally deprived him of inheritance. His older brothers detested his effort at self-destruction, but no one noticed his inner needs and desires. It was then that a white-haired, blue-eyed girl brightened Otto's cold and dull heart like a ray of sunshine. She praised Otto's work sincerely,
I always love
expected
this
great
part, the part,
inventions from him, and
their
invited
first
him
meeting.
to save the world with her. For the first time in his life, young Otto felt recognized. He could be expected. He could be needed. Since that faraway afternoon, everything he did has gained meaning because of her validation. But the twisted fate would not spare them. The rampant plague and the failed crusade tore the prosperity they lived in apart. Power and force were the perfect fuel for greed, turning a shaky faith into the breeding ground for degeneracy. In the turmoil, the lives of the two reached a turning point. Fearing abandonment, Otto chose to disregard ethics and performed experiments on dying patients. He sought findings at all costs. Callan, who could not condone his crime, became a raven at night to spread hope and enact the justice in her heart. But lies were lies. After many operations, Callan discovered the secrets of the human experiments, and Otto exposed himself at the last minute. Before the infinite greed of Schicksal, individual will was nothing. Callan was imprisoned. The cold bars separated the two that were once childhood friends, yet their minds had already drifted further apart. To Callan, the dignity of life was what she had sworn to defend. To Otto, morality and ethics were only prices to be paid. A loud slap and a conflict of beliefs sent them on completely different paths. Otto knew that in no way could he stop Callan. He accepted it and helped her escape in silence. After everything settled, Otto was given the key to the library. Although Void Archives used the index permission as a bait in an attempt to possess Otto, Otto did not fall for it. He developed technology with pieces of knowledge, and thus a game that would last centuries began. In the days that followed, Otto searched for Callan while continuing his research and experiments. When he heard Callan was in danger in Yai village, he immediately had Oath of Judah delivered, but not the response letter that spoke his loving heart.
Oh, he didn't send his
Meanwhile,
letter.
Callan sealed the Hersher of corruption
But
in
at
the
that
black
time,
box
Callan
with
is
Oath of
more,
Judah,
her heart is more on
but was
gay.
severely wounded. She was taken back to Europe by Schicksal for a trial. Callan was faithful and refused to sacrifice for family feuds, and thus was sentenced to hanging. Otto tried everything he could, but it was futile before the church's will. On the day of execution, the desperate Otto released Honkai Beast on the execution ground. He planned to take Callan amid the chaos, but he underestimated Callan's resolve. In the end, Callan lost her life when protecting the people. Losing the love of his life painted Otto's world gray again. Resentful, he chased after Callan's shadow. He tried to give this sad story a happy ending as she would have wanted. He sounded the horn of revolution with his wisdom and cleansed the remaining evil with his hands. People sang his accomplishments and soldiers admired his resourcefulness. As cheers of victory echoed through the silent church, Otto could not help but ask himself if this was enough. In the centuries that followed, the hole inside Otto was still agape. The only way to mend it was to revive the love of his life and the holy maid of the people, Kallen Kaslana. In 1496, Otto had no choice but to travel to Shenzhou in search of the legendary Master Phoenix for a chance to revive Kallen. He met the fledgling swordswoman Li Sushan and found the reborn Fu Hua. But to his surprise, even an immortal celestial had regrets and could not bring back departed souls. In the end, Otto and Fu Hua made a pact. Schicksal would protect Shenzhou in the powerless Fu Hua's place, and Fu Hua would serve Schicksal as a Valkyrie. In 1952, the first Honkai eruption broke out. Schicksal captured the amnesiac first Herrscher and performed 3 years worth of serial experiments on him, which yielded nothing.
Wait,
Otto
3
even
years?
approached him in person to persuade him into succeeding to the Schicksal Overseer, but failed. To eliminate risks,
Okay, I think. Does this mean that the Phoenix actually happened after the first eruption, and then uh Belt was like he lost his memories from the eruption and everything, and then they did all the 3 years experiments on him, but then later they transferred him to the branch of who Einstein and Tesla.
Otto decided to wipe out the North American branch that was about to discover Schicksal's ugly truth. He launched Honkai fission missiles at New York, where tens of millions lived. Heroes defending freedom and justice stepped forward and crushed Otto's scheme at the cost of their lives. This led to the independence of anti-entropy. This failure taught Otto to take hold of the power to retaliate Honkai, which led to the Clone Project and the Artificial Stigma Project. In 1972, Otto began running forbidden clone experiments in the hope of reviving Kallen, but the results were not satisfactory. After injecting the cells of Honkai beast Vishnu, the first living batch of Kallen clones was born. Otto made them fight one another to death at the end of the survival test. Only the individual numbered A310 rejected this absurd order. Her kindness in valuing life and her courage to defy her maker shocked Otto. He took A310 into his family and named her Teresa Apocalypse. Meanwhile, Otto established the Tower of Babylon laboratory to study artificial stigmata. Countless gifted children were taken from their parents and subjected to inhumane experiments day and night.
Excuse me.
Insurmountable suffering and hatred against humanity nourished these Honkai vessels. At last, Siren, the second Herrscher, was born. Otto mustered Valkyrie troops to subdue the Herrscher, dived into her sentience with the help of Fu Hua, and received revelation from the will of Honkai. After many great sacrifices were made, Otto gave the order to launch Honkai fission missiles at Siberia, to bury the truth deep beneath the scorched snowfield. Otto's resurrection project gradually took shape due to the guidance from above.
Oh,
For
the
several
drop.
years, Otto tried to create the most promising clone with Kiana Kaslana and Siren's genes for the second Herrscher to possess upon return. He transplanted the core of the second Herrscher to the test subject numbered K423. The longing for Cecilia gave her life. After being taken to St. Freya by Himeko, the love she felt and the bond she made helped her learn to love this world and those around her. Watching Kiana move along the path he designed, Otto knew when she began to believe she would never be alone. was when he could advance the plan. In the illusory Tower of Babylon, the girl's despair and longing for motherly love facilitated the Herrscher persona's awakening. Fu Hua took her back to Schicksal. The experiment pod confined her once again. Facing the pod, Otto's eyes only showed a hunger for the Herrscher of the Void's power. As Otto injected enormous Honkai energy into K423, Herrscher of the Void returned. Otto saved the dying Fu Hua and told her his plan. Looking into Fu Hua's furious eyes, Otto paused for a short yet long moment and pulled the trigger. Everything went according to his plan. Himeko burned up herself to tear through Siren's will. Kiana's sentience returned to the body of the Herrscher. To obtain a Herrscher of the Void who could command the power with human will, Otto trampled emotions and disregarded lives. Otto believed that love and emotional bonds could evoke miracles, but he never respected nor honored them.
Yeah, that's
So
the
far,
evil in
Callan's
him, I
revival
guess.
was only
He
missing
didn't
a key.
respect properly.
Cosmic Juggernaut's
I know
beacon.
that is some sort of a necessary
Previously, to reach
evil
the
for him
imaginary tree
to
that governed
right
how
what
worlds worked,
what was wrong in the
Schicksal cracked
past,
the
but
legend of King Arthur and found the key of infinity that offered space travel in the River Thames, but it was incomplete.
let me
The
go
King
through again.
Cosmic Juggernaut's beacon. Previously, to reach the imaginary tree that governed how worlds worked, Schicksal cracked the legend of King Arthur and found the key of infinity
Oh, okay.
that offered space travel in the River Thames, but it was incomplete. Durandal passed Pioneer Sue's test by
Excuse-
chance and received information and experience as numerous as sand grains in the Ganges. To complete Cosmic Juggernaut, Otto struck a deal with World Serpent's leader. He traded Void Archives for Cosmic Juggernaut's beacon. When the Herrscher of Dominance and Hyperion were locked in battle, he took the Theater of Domination and thousands of cores in secret. At last, the fully prepared Otto returned to the beginning. Kolisten, where Schicksal's blood and tears were buried. It would become the end of his long journey. On the other side of the stage, Valkyries had readied themselves as well. Teresa would succeed as the Schicksal Overseer and lead the newborn Schicksal toward a bright future. Bronya would shoulder the weight of the Welt name, for the Herrscher of Reason's path had stretched to her. Fu Hua concluded a feud that spanned centuries, so she could embrace yesterday as a human and open the door to tomorrow. Kiana broke free from the shackles of fate and created a trail of flames that would guide them forward with her friends. Durandal broke through the barrier of Kaslana and earned a new heritage that only belonged to her. Valkyries were eager to settle accounts with Otto. Indeed, they won. Their crushing victory was a heavy blow to Otto. What they did not know was that their growth, their resolve, and even the joy of winning were also part of Otto's plan. What he planned for in the past 500 years was but a bargaining chip to attain death and a new life. After being defeated by Valkyries, Otto broke free from Imaginary's control momentarily. He imbued the world's wedge with all the false god's power to create infinite possibilities for Callan. As Otto left his last message, his sentience finally dissipated in the still time-space. To different people, Otto perhaps means different things,
But it also
but to
means
Otto
that
himself, all rights.
even though he created all the possibilities for Karen to, all the possible futures for Karen, for but in exchange for her life, Otto actually kind of disappeared from all her possible futures already. Like there's no longer Otto there. Like he just died like that. Kinda. It's like yeah, it's just a one on one life exchange and stuff like that. Like if there's the future with Otto in it, there's no Kellen. If there's Kellen's future in it, there's no Otto.
And wrongs are transient. He has attained eternal peace. His life as a fool is finally over.
Oh my god.